Good evening, everyone. It is Monday evening, and I said I'd make a little bit of a video on the silage pit, and just to show that it was all covered and a job completed, thankfully. Yeah, so Mount Everest is covered. It hasn't really shrunk anything yet. All the tires have been on it from this morning, and usually it'll come down maybe a foot or so, maybe 18 inches. Hasn't seemed to move yet, but I suppose it's early days. Click a day or two maybe for it to do that. Yeah, big job to cover it. Luckily enough, we had plenty of help. There was myself. There's a little fly in front of the screen. There was myself, my father, my brother Ben, my cousin Peter, brother-in-law Alex, and our friend Matt, who were all participating in the covering of the pit. Matt is usually there every year. He's the guy you might see sometimes who levels out some of the holes on the pit with the grape. A very important part of the team, and does a great job at it. So, yeah, so he's always there. Alex, brother-in-law, he was just suited him. He was able to come today for a few hours and give a good help. And then Ben, of course, who works off the farm, he helps when he can. And he was off today as well. So just suited for us to cover today. That's why we didn't cover it yesterday. We had a bit more help for today. And we were glad of that help, because there was a few things worked against us to leave it a little bit more awkward than what it usually is. At the back of the pit, if you remember, we had about a link and a half of grass that was there from last year, silage from last year. Sorry, a little over half a link of silage that was there from last year. And the last year's covers had been wrapped up fairly nice and neatly at the back of the pit, thinking that, well, we leave them up there. Should be an easy enough job then. We put the new cover on just to roll out last year's sheets and cover the pit. And so we thought. But we didn't really expect it to be about 12 foot higher than last year's silage pit. So it just meant that there was no hope of getting the covers up on rolling them out with the weight of them up onto the pit. So we ended up having to pull all the covers off, pull them apart, stretch them out, and then pull them up individually. So it just added a lot of time onto covering the pit. That, along with the fact that we used all our lorry tyres at the front. There's about 5 rows of lorry tyres, and we used all the tyres that is designated for this front first cut silage pit, and we also used almost half of the tyres for the back pit. So it kind of gives you an idea of just how much extra work there was involved in covering it. So yeah, but usually takes about an hour and a half for us to cover it. But if we have 4 or 5 guys there, we can get it covered in about an hour and a half. But it took 3.5 hours, or over 3.5 hours today. So and that was with a man extra. We had six working on the pit. So yeah, just how it works out, I suppose. Yeah, so very happy to have it covered. We put a row of sandbags right around the whole edge of the pit, and then tyres right around then on top of it. So it is completely sealed. We would have very little waste as a rule. Maybe a little bit at the corners just after you open it. But yeah, as a rule we'd have very little waste. So it's well sealed. We put all the bags on first, which means that you'll have a little bit of air, then the heat will start to build up inside in the sheet, and it'll actually start to bubble up like a balloon nearly. So that's how sealed it is. So all the tyres then usually have to go on then and push it down. But yeah, it is a good job. We have quite a bit of effluent. I'm running out of daylight, which I'm fairly conscious about. We covered this morning, and as I said, we were finished around 12ish, and I had to go away then for a good number of hours. I wasn't back till it was almost 7:30 this evening, so I didn't get to make the video until later than what I wanted. Yeah, so quite a bit of effluent running out of it. I don't know if you can really see it there in the light, but it is moving. Yeah, this drain catches the effluent on this side, so we always try to keep the grass back on the inside of that. It comes out here, it runs down here into this drain, which then in turn runs into the tank at the cowshed. It runs right the whole way across and then veers off then on the ground. That's one, and then we've got another one down the bottom side. We'll go down and see if we can see it as well. So we are down now at the bottom of the cow shed, and as you can see, we are running out of daylight very fast. I'm going to have to try and speed this up a bit. This is our manhole that collects the effluent. Now, excuse the mess. There's a bit of there was dung and stuff tipped here, and it's due to be all washed down, but it just hasn't taken place yet. So that'll be in the coming weeks. But anyway, yeah, underneath the silage, you might have seen last week that I run a 3-inch drainage pipe the entire length of the pit, which is now under the grass. It catches any effluent that we have. It now runs down and then comes into a 4-inch pipe, Waven pipe, on the ground, which comes on the ground and veers right and over into our manhole here. So we've got quite a decent flow in there. You can just about make it out, I think. It then runs right through into another 4-inch pipe, and it goes across then into the cow's slatted tank. I had to take 2 loads of water out of that yesterday, and it's not just back up to where it was, but it's probably tomorrow it'll be filled back up. There'll be 2 loads back into it, so I'm going to have to pull another few loads out of it just to keep it down a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of the amount of effluent that we have running out of it at the minute. It looks like it has eased off a bit from yesterday, but it's going to take probably a week or 10 days, I'd say, before you really see it drop off, and then eventually it should stop. That's usually what happens. So we're going to have to keep all the effluent running into the tank for now. Going to be doing slurry now in the next couple of days, and I might actually mix this tank and empty it. I'll see how it works out. I'll be mixing tanks in the morning, so that'll be part of tomorrow's videos. Also have a little video of my nephew that I took when I was at the silage last week. I thought I might just stick it up. Now, I didn't take this for YouTube, but I thought it was quite funny, and I think now some people might just enjoy it. And you can see when he gets into the tractor, he's not really too pushed on leaving it, and it's quite funny. He's only 2.5 years old, and he's fairly bright, fairly clever. He's got a good grasp of the English language at this stage, and yeah, you'll see in the video. I thought it was quite funny. So yeah, I'm going to stick that up now at the end. As always, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a video. Sorry it's dark, sorry it's a bit late in the evening for doing it, but as I said, I was away and it just didn't work out. I couldn't get it done any earlier. And tomorrow we will be at slurry. We'll be mixing tanks and starting to get spreading on the silage ground, so it'll be a little bit brighter tomorrow. So that's really it. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the videos, and yeah, we'll see you in tomorrow's video. Hope you enjoyed this little trip of my nephew. Alex, Mammy's coming. What are you going to tell Mammy? Are you going home with Mammy?
No.
No?
No.
What are you going to tell her?
I want to stay here.
Oh, you want to stay here? I don't know. She might. Are you showing your belly?
Yeah.
Oh, here's Mammy. Oh, Mammy's going to take you.
No.
Oh, Mammy's putting her arms out to take you.
No.
Oh, God.
I want to stay here.
What a way to got my eyebrows done.
We also run a babysitting service.
I want to stay here.
You want to stay here? Oh, I know.